Hello, everybody. This is very weird. This is very weird for two reasons. First of all, no Instagram. Instagram all gone. And secondly, it's just me. You weren't expecting that, weren't you? To be fair, I wasn't expecting it either. So I hope this is working and I hope everybody can hear me. Can you let me know if you can hear me? Because normally when we do YouTube, we do it through StreamYard so that all three of us can come together. And this is just me on YouTube, and you know me and technology move together really well. The fact I've got this far is frankly a miracle in itself, as some of you are aware. It's all coming in saying yes you can. Thank you, everybody. So yeah, it looks very different doing it through YouTube than it does through StreamYard. Anyway, as you probably remember if you've watched last week's, whether you were here or you've caught up otherwise, this week we weren't sure if Kat was going to be able to hear. I'm sure she can still hear, although she's very bunged up with her ears and her nose and her sinuses, whether or not Kat would be able to be here this evening. And as it was, she's still not feeling 100%. Philippa's had some life stuff happen this week as well. So she's just like, she's having a sort of a week or two where she's resting up a little bit, because next week we're not here either, as you may remember. So we were already scheduled not to be here, but we didn't want to abandon you entirely for 2 weeks. So I thought I would just come on and say hi. And this is weird now, because normally I get to check the messages while other people are talking. So I'm going to have to try and go backwards and forwards a little bit as well. So I was just coming on to say hello and to check in and say we will be back and everything is fine. Now this week, what we were going to do, or we had semi-planned, you know, some of our semi-plans that we've made, was for those of you who watched the last week's finale of all the Gits. And one of the things we did was we discussed some of the ones that we weren't quite sure how we'd rank them. When we were a bit harsh, maybe where we weren't harsh enough. Did this seem right? Would that category be the way we'd rescore it again? And we looked at how maybe we changed how we scored the way we went along. And we'd said, okay, well, we picked 5 in the end. Don't ask me who they were. And Elizabeth I, Sarah Churchill, Duchess of Marlborough, Samuel Pepys. Anyway, we said, right, we're going to rescore them and have a bit of a think about it, and then maybe come back in and reshuffle it about a bit. So we did the thing on Wednesday. We had our chat afterwards, like we do, as I'm sure you can all imagine. And then the next morning, a bit of a chat emerged, and we had what Kat described as being a bit like buyer's remorse. We went, well, you know what? Actually, that was supposed to be the finale. That was supposed to be it. That was supposed to be tie everything up for the year. And now we haven't. So we decided that, in fact, that was a stupid idea and we weren't going to do it. So we're not doing it. So we're sticking, you know us all by now. So we're sticking with the table that we had. I think, oh, Chrissy, thank you so much. That's really kind. If I was Philippa, I'd probably be able to put that up on the screen to show that Chrissy has just given us a sticker. But I'm not Chrissy, and I don't know how to do it. No, I've got no idea. If anyone's got any hints, tips, or suggestions as how to do that, that would be amazing. Where's Philippa? Oh, what happens if I press that? Oh, I don't know. I don't think that's what I was looking for. Anyway, I don't know what's going on now. Can you see me now, just out of curiosity? Because I've pressed something and I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've done. Okay, you can still see me. I don't know what I've done, but it's good to know that I haven't completely vanished. Oh, I wonder what happens if I do that. Oh God, I'm scared to touch anything now. But the thing is you've disappeared and I can't see you. This is why I should not be allowed to do things ever. Oh, there you go. Hi. But now I haven't got the chat. Does anyone want to adopt me? Anyway, so we're sticking. I can see you again now. Or I can see me seeing you. We decided not to rescore. We decided that what we had was what we had. It's not exactly a democracy. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. So the Gits are as the Gits are. And we mentioned we wanted to do a deceased Gits like leavers t-shirt, class of t-shirt, just because of how busy things have been this last week with everything going on. We haven't put that together yet, but we will put that together, and that will go up on the merch store with the updated Roger the Beavers as well. So when we have done all those, we will let you know. So we are that, hence why the title of this was Ungitting the Ungitting, because we're not re-gitting. It makes no sense. I knew what I meant. Right, so in terms of the rest of this year then, running up till Christmas, obviously we're not here next week, the 22nd. The week after that, we've got was going Don't Touch It. I know. Sorry. I touched it. No touchy touch. The week after that, so the 29th, we have Gareth Russell with us, and Gareth's been with us before, talking about a number of different things, including his book, Oh, Do Let's Have Another Drink, sort of an autobiography of Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. So he had a book released fairly recently, Gareth, called The Palace, a tale of lots of different people's stories at Hampton Court Palace, sort of through the ages. I meant to have my copy here, but I don't think I have. I think it's in the other room. So Gareth is hilarious and lovely and kind and witty and intelligent. So he's going to come down on the 29th and talk to us about the palace and presumably whatever else comes up. We're waiting to confirm a guest on 6th, so I won't say who it is just in case they can't come, but it's someone who's going to be working on something with us in the new year, which is super fun. The 13th of December, we have the real, actual, proper Prince of Wales, Nathan Armine, who some of you know is the real, actual Prince of Wales. And Nathan is probably mostly going to be talking to us about the Tudor Pretenders. But as some of you will probably know, Philippa Langley, not our Philippa Langley's new book on the princes in the Tower and unearthing what happened to them and who didn't touch them and who may have may not, is out any day now. And so there's going to be a lot of furore about this, obviously, over the next few weeks. So I suspect that will come up in the conversation. So that's on the 13th of December. And then the 20th of December, which will be the last one before Christmas, we're not sure what's happening there. There was someone we would have liked to have had down, but again, we still haven't got it confirmed as to whether or not they do it. But whatever we do, there's also games and Q&As and all sorts of things that we can put in and work with between now and then. So that's, so we've definitely got a couple of guests coming up between now and Christmas, but we'll also have, we've done the Q&As before, we've done all the different games. So we will fill, that's bad grammar, your had sessions between now and Christmas, and then we're off for 2 weeks. And as it's History's Heroes next year, so another A to Z. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. We've already planned roughly what we're doing the year after, and I was like, this is a great idea, but let's not do an A to Z. Let's not. Although I do still like Z is for Charles Darwin. That worked really well for me. Okay, just have a look. You don't need to know. Scum definitely didn't need rescoring. Does anyone here do fan art? My son, does that count? Where are the other merry winners? So astrology talk and tarot. Yeah, just bits and pieces going on this week. They'll be back. There'll be a book. Oh, Beverly's reading the book. It's an excellent book. We should all try and get the book and do a book club. Philippa does a book club through British History Tours, and I am 100,000,000% sure she's covered Gareth's book on the palace. Is this weekend still the summit? So yes, Chrissy, that was on my list to mention as well. So for those of you who may or may not know, Philippa, one of Philippa's companies is British History Events, and she and I put together these online history festivals twice a year. And this weekend, it is the latest one. It is the Tudors Online History Summit this time round. And it starts on Friday evening. So you've got talks on Friday evening, throughout the day Saturday, throughout the day Sunday, and then on Sunday evening as well you have a live Q&A event with all the speakers, who I will run through in a second, and then after that we have a live quiz. I've made lots of quiz questions and me and Philippa will quiz you. So we have that coming this weekend. So we have got Kat will be talking on Shakespeare and the Puritans. Gareth Russell will be talking about Barnaby Fitzpatrick, who was Edward VI's best friend. James Clark on his amazing research and book on the dissolution of the monasteries. Joanne Paul on the women of the House of Dudley. Tracy Borman. Oh, goodness, now. Yeah, I've forgotten what Tracy's talk's about. It will come back to me. I didn't write it down. This is why you should write it down. It'll come back to me. Illyri Lynn on Tudor fashion. And so if you've seen the other two summits, you'd have seen her talking about Georgian fashion and Stuart fashion as well. And Estelle Peronk on her book Blood, Fire and Gold. So Elizabeth I and Catherine de Medici. So, yes, there's also a prize draw with books, Amazon vouchers, ticket refunds and everything like that. I have put the link to buy your tickets via Eventbrite in the description of this video. That's very good for me, isn't it? It is. Do you know what? I set it all up. Right? And then literally about 2 minutes before 8:15, my battery died on my MacBook. And I was like, that's possibly one of the most Catherine things that could happen at a moment like this. But yes, so if you're interested in looking at your ticket to get a ticket for the Tudors Online History Festival, they are available to purchase right up until just before the live events on Sunday. Because you will have access to view all the material up until the 31st of January 2024. So you do still have quite some weeks. So, and you know, at any time there on in after, if you can't watch them all straight away, then you have all that time to watch them as many times over as you can. And even if you haven't watched them all, you can still come and join us for the online quiz, because you might learn some things, you might have a giggle. So that is where we are. So yeah, it's done via Eventbrite, and the link is in the description to this video. Have I said anything? Have I missed anything? Steve, Catherine, the three of you need an Amazon book recommendations. I think Philippa has one. We've all been talking quite a lot about book recommendations and stuff recently. There was some thoughts we've been having on that, so we might come back to you on that one. If in front of you could vote on the contestants next year, the Tudor Summit, yes. Catherine Jr. did the art for the merch. It's my son who's designed Roger the Beaver. It's him that's done that. This, of course, here, the original Roger the Beaver was made by my little 5-year-old when he was in reception at the time, and my oldest son is actually the one that's designed Roger the Beaver. So yeah, Beverly got all her titles to read from Philippa. Had pub quiz night. It is like a pub quiz night, only hopefully where we're sitting doesn't smell as bad, and nobody brings you fried chicken, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, at least it's warm. You're alone and uncensored. It's Kat you have to worry about, not me. I'm an angel. I can't use technology, but look, you can't have everything in life, can you? If we're looking forward to the weekend, are we going to do teams? You know, if you guys want to sort of get together somehow out of here, have a conversation underneath this video, see if you can find a way to like get yourself together in little teams. No cheating. No, don't Google it. Yeah, that's cheating. That's cheating. We'll be at home. We can order fried. That's true. You can order fried chicken. That's the way you want to do. Pretty Pit, we should do a Discord or a subreddit too. That is something else that has come up in conversation, but it's kind of like managing these things. Sometimes I think that's an issue, but there are so many things that we'd love to do or we've had as ideas, and we're all just so sort of balancing so many things at the moment, spinning so many plates. But we are getting together in about 3 weeks. So for our when you work for yourself, you don't get a Christmas do. So we're having a night away in a nice hotel for our had Christmas do. And we only recently had a business meeting, but we're having another business meeting. So I think it's going to be a question of sort of implementing things a bit at a time, but definitely lots of fun to be had this year. And the place we're going, you're going to love it. You are going to love it. Pretty pics at the gym, so it does smell bad. Well, there you go. You see. You've brought that on yourself for trying to be fit and healthy. That's what happens when you try to do the sensible thing. As I always say to people who come to me with Pilates when they have injuries, You don't injure yourself sat on the sofa eating biscuits. It's worth a thought. That's my sound advice to healthy living and medical science for the evening. So yeah, that was just me really coming on to just let you know what was happening and say we haven't forgotten you. What's in the bottle behind me? Oh, here, I presume you mean this. This is you went to Catherine's bookshelf Q&A. This is, I've not drunk it because I don't really drink it. So Leslie Smith, who's curator at Tutbury, a lot of you know she does the monologues and the Q&As and stuff. And because Tutbury is mostly associated with Mary Queen of Scots, she does a lot of the monologues. That's who she's most famous for, really. So they had this made a few years ago, Mary's Pale Ale. And because I don't drink it, I was like, oh, that's really nice. I think it's out of date now, but it looks quite nice, doesn't it? So it is. This is ornamenting. Well, apparently, because somebody spotted it. So there we go. All right, we're not getting any exercise stream. No, I did start putting some stretch videos on my own channel, but I just didn't really go anywhere with it. Maybe one day. History and Pilates in one go. Right. Jackie, I'm glad to have been assistance with your shelving. That wasn't a euphemism. Bit of rubbish euphemism, wouldn't it, really? Right. Any more before I love you and I leave you. And yeah, we're not here next week, so I'm really sorry. If you're all sad, because we do miss you when we're not there. It is a bit weird when we're not here. Obviously, there's quite a few on here now. If you have an Instagram account, you can go back and have another look on Instagram as well, because there's quite a lot of really old ones. So if you go back to the really old ones, we're quite well behaved on some of them compared to how we are now. It's quite amusing. I will say, if you go onto Instagram, there's like 3 where you've got the little images of the videos. There's 3 sort of buttons over the top of it. Some of them are only under the middle one for some reason. I've got no idea why. But you could go and check some of these out. Also, a good point, if you're saying to people, your friends, family, loved ones, people you hate, anyone, we don't care, you should go and watch this amazing YouTube channel. Do be at pains to point out to them that most of the videos are under live. We can't move them. So you go onto it and it looks like there's not much here, but actually there also, you have to actually select the live playlist. It's a bit annoying really, but that's just how it is. I'll tell you what else I found out the other day as well. Speaking to somebody else, then had this discussion with some other people. A lot of people don't subscribe to channels because they think subscription means paid. So they don't realise that you can subscribe to a channel to get all the notifications, information, etc., without paying. So that's quite interesting. So put that out to people as well. It costs nothing to subscribe. You know, we're not going to be spamming you because we don't put stuff that up. And so bring your friends, bring your loved ones, bring people you don't like, bring your associates. If there are people that you know that you don't like that are easily disturbed, definitely send them. We're not fussy. And you should know as well that even if people don't like history very much, we're hilarious and entertaining and sexy. So there's nothing not to like, really, is there? No. I think I've sold it as much as I possibly can at this stage. Oh, and beavers. If people like beavers, we've got those. Anyway. Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Yes. Oh, there's lots going on this time of year. We should upload the old ones here. That is something we've talked about, actually, and maybe doing some pre-recordings and stuff as well at some stage for the weeks when we can't be here. So these are all things that the planning is afoot. The planning is afoot. Yeah, Kat wasn't able to make a live. She's sounding a little bit better. You've been voice mainstay. She is sounding a little bit better, which I think she did need to rest her voice. Traumatise so many people. Miss Honeys, yes. They need us in their lives. They just don't know. They just don't. Right. Oh, well, oh, there's lots coming up here. Oh, goodness. Anyway, I hope you're all doing okay. And the people have had up and down weeks all round. But we won't be here next week, so I'm sorry about that. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. catch up on some of the old ones, for sure. Even some of the ones on here have been on here quite a while now, haven't we? So there's lots to revisit. Even if you think you've seen them all before, go back, watch the early ones, laugh at how good we were trying to be, see where it was failing, we were struggling quite a lot, probably. Right, I am going to go now. Any more for any more? I feel like showing these to my friends in a great way to gauge how cool they are. Yeah, if they don't like it, there's something wrong with them. You don't need those people in your life page. It's time to upgrade. Was that a bit harsh? I said it. I'm sure they're lovely, really. They're wrong, but they're lovely. Bring them down. They'll love it. Like, tell them it's like a bit naughty and they might get excited. And then they might come and they might really like it. Got it. What is it? You meant to try everything once. That's not legal or medical advice. Right. I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much, everybody, for putting up with me for 20 odd minutes. We won't see you next week, but we'll see you in a couple of weeks, and we will have the wonderful Gareth with us. So we will look forward to that. If you have any questions that you might like to put to Gareth, then you can leave them under this video here. And we will put those to him, and I can't guarantee how many we might get through, or you can send them to us via email, historyafterdark2021@gmail.com, historyafterdark2021@gmail.com. You can also send your past problems post bag to there as well, and you can support us here at History After Dark as well by going to what is it? You know when you know and then you've forgotten. buymeacoffee.com/had podcast, and you can buy a tiny weeny Winnebago. Oh, now I'm not going to tell you what I've done. I've worked out how I can thwart them getting me on a Winnebago full of tea, sausage rolls and cucumber sandwiches. I've worked out how to free myself of this curse, but please do go down to buymeacoffee.com/had podcast to make them think that you're donating lots of mini Winnebagos so that they can talk to me, because the thought of the brutality keeps them going. It does. I have great friends. I do. Well, mostly. They're horrible. They're not horrible. They're not. They're lovely. Right. So next time, Catherine, only POFD. Can we just do it all about the Dukes of Norfolk? I have been, right, I am going, but I have been thinking lots about the Norfolks, yes, or the Howards. And next year I will be doing some videos on the Howards. So it will be sort of moving into next year, because I need to be rounding the Shakespeare stuff up as well now. That's a whole other thing. So but yes, so I will be doing some proper stuff, videos and stuff on my channel on here. It's the Historical Collaborator next year. We will be Howarding. We will be Howarding. So right. Stop talking about Winnebagos. Right. I'm going. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. Bye-bye.